Today, I want to talk to you about what to do when you feel like giving up. What to do when you feel like things aren't working. Okay, that's the point at which many people stop, and that's the point at which you absolutely need to hold on and recommit to your vision or your dream. So, along the path to your outcome that you want, there are going to be twists and turns. We are not meant to know exactly how each step of the journey is going to look or even feel. Your only job when it comes to getting to your desired outcome is to be clear on what it is that you want and to be able to shift your mindset in the process when the old thoughts come up that say you're not enough, it's not going to happen, it's not working. Those thoughts that are going on in the background are what really stop people in their tracks and sometimes stop them for good. The good news is you can absolutely turn that train around and shift tracks and move into higher vibrational thoughts. And that's actually something that needs to happen in order for you to start feeling better. The most important thing in any moment of your journey, especially the challenging points, is to return to a state of higher vibrational thought and or emotion, because that's what's going to help elevate your energy, which aligns with that higher level desired outcome that you have. So when people get stuck and then they start telling those stories that it's not going to work, I knew it, it's going the wrong direction. Notice those thoughts because everyone has them. Okay, if you're human, you're not immune to those types of beliefs because your brain is designed to keep you safe. So, in order for you to surmount that challenge, which is kind of like a false alarm from your unconscious mind, is to become consciously aware of that background voice that says you can't, or that says things aren't working, or that says it's time to give up. Notice when that comes in, and then you want to prove that wrong. Okay, your mindset is so powerful, and in any moment, you can ask yourself, is that really true? Like, is it true that it's not going to happen just because I had this one setback? And of course, the answer is no. We don't know why things are happening. You just need to trust and you need to ask for guidance. So, those are two things that are really faith based. Whatever you believe in, whatever higher source that resonates with you, leaning into that more expansive space that is unknown, and it does require belief and it does require practice. So when you are in those moments where you really feel like, gosh, things are going the wrong way, you want to recommit to what your vision is, prove whatever mindset that's coming up, prove it wrong if it's of a negative nature, and then you want to shift into, okay, what thoughts and beliefs are actually going to uplift me? And if it's not something you can actually think about, if you don't want to be in your thoughts for that moment, you could even just do something that's going to elevate your energy and make you feel better in that moment. It could be listening to music. That's one of my favorites. It could be making yourself a cup of tea. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. It's just something that is going to help you return to some higher state of peace or self-awareness, positivity, so that you can then see that greater expansive view when it comes to moving forward. If you stay in that limited space of it's not working, I can't do it, I'm not enough, all of that, then you are really limiting your viewpoint and your perspective. So even if there are lots of different choices and lots of different options for you to take to move in the right direction, you won't even be able to see those options. So do whatever it takes to get into a higher vibrational state, even if it's just a state of calm. And then from there, you can click it up to different notches like fun, joy, happiness, gratitude, anything that's actually going to help you be in a higher state of mind. And of course, this is something that I mean, many of my clients have to do every single day. And so, what I would encourage you to do when you hear those voices is to look at it from a more detached perspective, where it's like, I know that that old part of me wants to believe that it's not working out and is telling the story that it's not working out. And I actually know that in order for this to work out, I have to do things a little differently. And this means to hold on and to keep moving forward and to elevate my energy so I can keep moving into this unknown, more positive space. Whatever higher power you believe in, show me the next step. Help me know what to do next to move me in the right direction. And you can wait for that guidance. And in the meantime, you can work with your mindset and practice a new narrative of how you see things unfolding for you, and use your imagination as you're doing it, because obviously you haven't been there yet. But in order to align, you want to actually put yourself in that mindset, in that emotion, and that helps to magnetize it towards you. So don't take all of that limiting belief languaging as gospel or truth, because it's not true. It's just designed to protect you. It's the brain doing its job. But because we are able to step back and look at that, because we are complex beings, we can actually step back and say, I see what's happening. That old part of me is still feeling like this story is true. And another reason why this happens is because it's a well-worn pathway in your mind. It is most likely something that you have said to yourself at the unconscious level or even the conscious level for many, many years. For many people, it's since childhood. So in order to actually create new pathways in your brain and new ways of believing and being, you need to practice those new beliefs. So it's not just one time. When we do work together, we can shift a limiting belief, and it is your job to maintain that moving forward. So anytime that old voice shows up, you want to notice it and notice that it's not yours. And that's one thing that all of my clients become very aware of as we work together, because that fake voice, that ego voice, that weaker, fearful voice becomes very distinct, and people can notice it as what it actually is and what it isn't. So instead of giving it all the space and all of the energy, they just kind of shrink it down to size and are able to look at it from a real perspective of, it's just this one thing. It doesn't mean anything about my future. So that's where you have the power in each and every moment to look at your brain, look at where it's used to going, and then consciously shift into the other direction that's going to move you into a more positive place. And that takes repetition. It takes commitment. It takes practice, and it takes recommitment in those moments where you start to feel like, I feel like it's not working. That's when you need to stick with it. Okay, so I hope this helps you, and if I can be of any help to you, don't hesitate to reach out. There's information below on some of my digital classes, as well as how to work with me one-on-one. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.